more tape. Hello, everyone. It's Marita Stava, one who catches lightning with a path of
Not associated with any company.
Not associated with anyone or anything, as you can see.
No logos to be found.
No logos.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
just
a mark of solidarity.
Hey, I'll just put my name. I'm just gonna put my name.
Marita's shirt. In case this shirt is found, and Marita is not in
lightning. Quacha!
Marita's.
So here we are again. Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish, spelled I-X. Ish means the gem. No, I thought I was feeling it. Did we get it?
Sorry, little thing. Sorry. Oh, there's a little creepy crawly on her neck just now. I was like this. I saw it go like this, and I was like,
I was feeling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're serious.
Sorry.
Focus. Welcome to Ice Cream Sundays,
everyone.
Man, it's been a hell of a Sunday.
Yikes.
How's your day been? Our day's been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I did some crying today. Not gonna lie. Did some crying today. Did some huddling in my bed. Did some exercising / dancing, dancing while exercising. Going to my workout tunes, like, yeah. So good, so therapeutic. And I felt like crap not too many hours later, not because of the exercise, just because, stuff comes up,
Mm-hmm.
Stuff comes up. And I love the question, who does this belong to? That's part of that whole access consciousness thing. Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? And it's one thing to say that. I think it's another thing to really feel in your body, this does or does not belong to me, and it's so subjective too, right? It's so subjective. Somebody could be like, oh, you're bypassing shit by not da-da-da-da-da, when you're like, no, I just don't feel like this belongs to me. Or, like, there's so many complex dynamics that can happen, right, in relationships. This is why relationships fascinate me so much, and I've spent so much time and work on relationships. I think the interesting thing about it, to me, is sometimes the goals of being authentic, of being connected, of being true to who we are, of, it does not mean we are going to have less conflict in our relationships, right? As we grow as people, things may get challenging, like they may be better in certain ways, and in other moments they might be harder, because what I've observed is sometimes having smoothness, the appearance of smoothness in relationships, in the dynamics, is because all of the roughness has been turned inwards, right? If we're like, here's me and here's somebody else, and oh, look, we're just smoothly sliding by each other, right? It's because all of the rough pieces of who we are that may not perfectly match with the people that we're bumping up against in the world have been turned inwards. We're hiding them. We're protecting ourselves. We're not letting them be seen, or, we just push them down. We think we're doing something right by like swallowing them. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Who am I to say? But, it's an interesting thing. There's this Tupac quote. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's basically like the most honest people or the most like authentic people have the least close friends. I think it's interesting to think about, right? So now that that's over, maybe you're done sharing. Good.
I need help sharing, so if you guys could share, that'd be
cool.
great.
So for those of you who are watching us, welcome again. This is Ice Cream Sundays. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. We've been doing this for over a year. We've touched thousands and thousands and thousands. I mean, God, we should go back and add up all our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing. Thousands upon thousands of people around the world, many different countries, and it's been an incredible journey to see who shows up every single time we do it.
Hi, Dan.
Dan Geist.
Dan the man.
Dan, I just got a deck because I loved it so much on your lives. The Work Your Light deck. Super loving it. I got the app too for my phone, and I'm a big fan. That's like a very well designed, beautiful. I like the combination of cards. I like the length of the guidance. Such a good deck. Thank you. Anyway, so here we are, Ice Cream Sundays. What do we do on Ice Cream Sundays? Sometimes we wax poetic and talk about things when we're trying to cover production, background things happening, like Marita sharing the live to some places that we share it to. But the rest of the time, we pull single card readings on a question of your choice.
No general cards.
No general cards. We are going to do some specials soon, though. Special readings. Specials for readings. Private readings. My birthday is coming up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's coming. Hers passed. So right now we're sandwiched right between the middle of her birthday and my birthday. And we've been thinking about some specials to bring to you all. And for those, we will definitely do general readings if you want them. But for now, we do single card readings. You do have to ask us a question. And we will give you guidance based on the question you ask. Sometimes we might get a definite yes or no answer. Excuse me. Other times the cards may be like, actually, I think what you really need to know is about this, now that I have your attention. And the other thing we do here is ice cream chakra clearings. You want to tell me about what those are?
I'm just laughing at Dan because he's writing and he's like, it's an ice cream pastel Ralph Lauren fancy.
It so is. It's like,
I'm going to turn off the...
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, it's cooking, but okay, cool. That would be pretty funny, huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that deck is like so. Yeah, it is a Ralph Lauren ice cream pastel fantasy. I quite like it, actually. I've noticed there's like such a trend around doing a lot of photo and art collage, like in like aesthetically, you know. And I think it's beautiful. I'm actually working on a deck right now that will probably be a little while in the making yet, but I'm probably not going to be quite so pastel-y, but I kind of dig it. It's like kind of LA. You know what I mean? Don't you think it's kind of LA?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that deck? I pulled you cards from it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, cool. So, ice cream chakra clearings, what are they? What do they do? How do they taste? How do they feel? Am I going to get a rash in my throat from eating ice cream? No, you will not. That is the first answer. You want to tell them about ice cream chakra clearings?
Wait a second. I was writing what people...
She's just too busy looking pretty to do anything right now. Can you believe this woman? She has not barely aged since I met her. Look at that amazing skin. Look at that. We always joke because she has Latin background and I am primarily white, that I'm going to just like race past her in the aging game. I'm just going to look older and older and older, and she's never going to age.
Yeah. And
I'm going to still be like climbing up the hill past her though. So she'll be like looking fabulous and all fit and strong. And I'll be like this little granny faced white lady just like racing by her.
She's fast up the hill.
Yeah. I hope that's a long ways away. I'm preparing for my 40s to be my like fit and fabulous and hottest years. Are you on board for that?
Sure, let's do it. Why not?
I've got some lipstick in the other room. When I come back, you won't recognize me. It's actually true.
It is true.
You saw me in a photo. What was I doing? Oh, I went and did live in-person readings for a fundraiser last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw the pictures and she was like, oh my God, who are you? You look amazing. And I was like, I literally just put on some costume items that are upstairs right now. I must like really not put a lot of effort in most of the time anymore. If you're like, oh, what is that in your hair? It's a flower, honey. Oh my God, you look amazing. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get some new clothes. We need to get out more.
Anyways, okay, here we go. For everyone who's joining us and new, everyone who's old, thank you so much. Thank you, Mariana, for sharing.
Yes,
Mariana, we love
share.
sharing. We'd love to be regular on that group. Let us know how to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But one card readings, the new Kairua.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Also, we do ice cream chakra clearings. That means instead of using color and sound, which is what a lot of people use typically, because the chakras do have a vibration of color and sound connected to them, or so we have said, you know, in this world. We use something.
Like, shut up!
We use something very fun. Ice cream flavors. Yay! Ice cream for ice cream. This is the reason that we do it. It was actually came to me in a meditation to do this. Fun allows you to create a neural pathway like 1/200th of a time faster than a normal.
200 times
200 times faster. Yeah, that's fun. I can't talk. 200 times faster than if it was just a regular thing that you were learning. So fun is just kind of propels you forward. Also, our gustatory and olfactory, which is flavor and our taste and our smell, have a quicker connection to our memories, where we storehouse our memories in our brain. And so by doing this, we're actually able to connect to deeper aspects of the chakras and deeper stories, right? Because there's stories. Not only are we energy, but part of the energy are the stories that we tell ourselves, right? The stories that created us. I recently had a really interesting session with someone that I work with. That's my name.
You can't see it in the
see
video
it.
at all.
And what I told her is like, you know, I feel that at times in my life, I'm living my life, and then there are these characters who, instead of just being characters in my life, try to become the author, and they start writing my life for me and telling me who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to act. And I'm like, that's not me. And in the past, I've ended up just being like, whatever. You want me to, you know, jump right now? Okay, fine, I'll jump. You want me to admit to something that I didn't do just because you're just in my face so much? Fine, just have it, because I just don't want to deal with you, you know? And I've lost relationships over that. I've lost jobs over that. Succumbing to someone else's story or idea of who I was. A lot of that was tied to these people's issues of control. You know, I feel like I'm pretty normal, but I'm pretty wild, I guess, you know? I have a lot of ideas and things like that. My mother always said I'm very opinionated. I just know who I am, right? And if you're a person who knows who you are, and people are always trying to guess and add their stories or their emotions to it, it gets really convoluted. So those are what we want to clear out, right? We want to clear out those old stories, these old things that we've created because other people have created them for us, and we've decided to carry them, you know, because our inner child will be like, I'll carry all of this for you so that you'll love me, right? So that's what we clear with the chakras, with the ice cream chakra clearings, trauma responses, and old stories. So
it's like you go shopping with somebody and you're just like the unwitting accompaniment, right? And then they're coming out of stores and they've got all these bags and they're like, here, hold this, carry this. And you're like, okay. And then they get run down by the police and you find out that all of the things are shoplifted, and they were like, well, those aren't mine. Those belong to Marita. Yeah. And then you're like, sure, whatever, fine. Yes, fine. These are all my bags and I stole all of it, right? Mm-hmm. That's like to me, that's like a metaphor for what you're describing. Yeah. Where you're just like, fine, yes, I did it. I did all of it. Whatever you said, I did it. I'm just tired. I'm tired of fighting you, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like I've, in my past, I've just, people just chip away at me. Chip away.
Camp Chip Away. Was that your summer camp?
No.
Camp Chip Away. Where your morale will be lower when you leave.
Yeah, I know. Let's start with a card. Jonah, let's start with a card. You want to read a card on your relationship. Then we have our good friend Ernie Moonlump, also Simon. And then we're going to do a chakra clearing for Diana. And Diana, thank you so much for being here and supporting us. But Diana went to a further extent and said what chakra she actually wanted clearing.
Booyah!
And so that was awesome. So thank you so much for that.
It seems like we've got a lot of repeat customers on here. So just for those of you who are joining us, in addition to letting us know what you want, giving us guidance about what you want to ask for, we also ask you to give us an extra layer of permission. So just letting us know in the comments, I give you permission. It's funny, we emphasize this so much, and there are still moments where I forget, and I am reminded often about how important this is, and hearing other people talk about it. Like, it's just, we're a big fan of extra levels of consent. It's like the whole yes is yes thing, right? Instead of saying, oh, no means no, and waiting for somebody to say no, it's like saying, well, yes means yes. Like, let's make sure that somebody actually wants this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, so make sure if you're new, make sure that not only you give us direction, give us permission, write permission granted in the comments.
Permission granted.
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, so who's first?
Jonah.
Jonna?
Jesus Christ, love.
It's our good old Jonna.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Jonah?
No, Jonah.
Ooh.
Thank you, Virginia Hollingsworth. An extra layer of permission for your chakra clearing. We got you. Got it.
And we would love if you want to help us.
Dan. Yeah, Dan. Let's give Dan an ice cream chakra clearing.
Ice cream chakra clearing for Dan Geist.
Dan, just write permission. I know it's an extra step that we usually take, but let us know. Thanks so much. Okay, let's go. There you go.
Here.
Awesome. Dan did it. Awesome. Here we go. We're working with new cards today.
How do you pronounce that, actually?
Siege.
Siege.
Anyways, Jonna, you're asking about relationship, and the card that you got is quiet time. This is the time for quiet, the time to go inwards, right? Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. In the comments, you talked about how it's really easy for you to give up your boundaries. I just talked about how it's been a challenge for me too. It's been a story that I've been recreating about boundaries, right? The easiest way to kind of start building boundaries is to practice. Where do you practice? Silence is an amazing, powerful place to be able to practice. Before the word, there was silence. Before their light, there was dark. That space of creation, right? Before the Big Bang, boom, there was silence, there was darkness, is so powerful. Because it gets really into your intentions, right? It gets really into the makeup of who you are and who you want to become and who you want to be. So here the guide is coming to you where you have the goddess's guidance
Sig
oracle.
Or siege.
Sig or siege here is telling, hey, this is time for you. This is the time for you to, before you go out, right? You go out and you start, dating or whatever, what kind of relationship you want to have, you have to get quiet first because you have to decide who you want to be. Once you know that, then you can step out.
Something I love in this card is it's talking about this need to go inward and to really focus on silence and taking a break from like words and chatter and noise and sort of input. Right now, I'm actually in a program that's all about recognizing how we use distraction, how particularly we use, ¿cómo se dice? How we use the internet and screen time and all of this kind of stuff to distract ourselves, right? And it's very dopamine based. This is my friend Anna is teaching this program. So we are very dopamine oriented, right? Which is that like cocaine.
Yeah.
It feeds a very quick, instant gratification. There's an addiction to technology and screens and all these things because of the dopamine reaction in our brains, a physical addiction. And I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole around addiction and what addiction means and all of that, because that's a bigger conversation. But one of the things that I love that this talked about is it says, speaking and words is what creates space for duality. But when you're in silence, everything is one. everything, you can connect to your single core truth. As soon as you talk, as soon as you make noise, duality is created. Something is this, but not that, this, that, right? Silence is just whole. It's complete. Nothing is defined in a way. So this card is encouraging you to take some you time, go find a place where you can really like, sometimes for me, those places are like, I love going to hot springs, spas, bathhouses, anything where I can actually have like a private kind of hot water soak experience. And particularly like in the dark, there's something about being outside in hot water in the dark. It just allows things to kind of flow out of me. So cool.
Thank you.
Good luck with that.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Jonna. Jonna helps us.
I know Jonna, let's just give a shout out to Jonna.
Yeah, Jonna helps us on while we're doing a show to kind of like admin it into a certain degree. So if people are new to the show, she just tells people what's going on and what's to do. So if you ask a question and she responds and she's like, hey, they need permission, it's because she's helping us out. We've asked her to help us because we want to be able to spend this time with you when we're doing this, and sometimes it's really distracting to do this. So thank you, Jonna, for that.
And just thank you for showing up so much. We appreciate, there's people that have been a part of this live for, people kind of come and go for periods, months at a time sometimes, and it's really special. We've gotten to know, not crazy well, but like we have gotten to know people through the course of this show that we haven't even met yet, but we really hope to meet in person one day.
Yeah.
So thank you all. Thank you, Jonna.
And Mariana helps us as well. Mariana Beach from New Zealand helps us as well. So thank you for all those people who help us. Okay, Ernie, Simon, let's go. Let's do a card for you. And then we have Diana, health.
Okay. Well, Kuan Yin, this is a well-known deity. So did you talk about which cards we're using?
So I did, yeah. These are the...
We're getting so hard sometimes, huh?
The Goddess Guidance Oracle cards.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Diane, we're almost to you. Thank you so much.
Simon, you have gotten Kuan Yin.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really blown out.
I love
does that.
Thank you for everyone who's joining us from the UK, from Cork, Ireland, from a lot of people. Yeah, from a lot of places here. I hold it.
So the card you got is a Kuan Yin. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. There was, God, I don't even know, a year, 2 years ago, I like lose track of how long it's been sometimes, but I was in a training class around doing energy work, working with ascended masters, working with different guides, doing a lot of different work, spiritual work with somebody that we both know.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was doing like some past life work, and the message that I was told based on the past life work that I had was, you need to learn to let go of judgments. You really need to work on how judgmental you are. And it was really hard to receive at the time because it didn't feel true. It didn't feel complete. It felt like it was a part of a message, but that a piece was missing. But I think part of that is true. Part of that is that there was a piece, another piece to it, but part of it was true, right? Judgment is very isolating. And I think probably it was Brene Brown who was talking about how, like, if we go around assuming that people aren't doing the best that they can, then at some point we're going to be the recipient of that.
Yeah.
Right. So like, if I go around assuming, or I'm like, I think the example she used was about moms who don't nurse their babies, who choose not to nurse their babies. They choose to use bottle feed instead of nursing them. like, how could any mom do that? Da, 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 da. If a mom really loved her child and if they wanted her to come up right, raised up right, blah, 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 blah. Somebody was saying this to her and she was thinking, wow, this is why when I'm walking around with all these judgments, like I'm isolating myself. And also at some point it's going to come back on me because like she was receiving somebody else's judgment that person was so sure that people just were not doing the best they could for their kids because they were bottle feeding them or something. When we're thinking about health, this is really important. This is a huge area for health. Judgment, how we judge ourselves, how we judge others, whether we're doing enough, how it conforms to society's norms, how it conforms to the norms of our like community and cultural group, right? How it conforms to our family norms. It can be very different each time.
Powerful.
Why is it powerful?
Because I think
what's
it's
coming up for you about
I
it?
think it's just a powerful reading. You know, so many people just think of health of like bodily health and stuff like that. And for you to really kind of delve into this and for this to be coming up, because we're also talking a lot about the stories that are written by other people, the fact that we're talking about boundaries and how to create yourself and coming from a moment of stillness. I think this is really powerful for Kuan Yin to be the goddess who is the goddess of compassion, to be like, yeah, this is a bigger thing, right? We store information in our body, we store things in our body. So if you stop the stories, right? If you stop the judgment, if you can approach things with curiosity, courage, and compassion, right? That changes things. And that way, you know, we're not storing the sickness in our body or the time, right? Sometimes we just get exhausted because we have this idea, right? We have this idea of our partners or other people, you know, people that we work with or live with and stuff like that. We create all these stories about what's going on when they don't really actually exist. And we're living our life with that. And sometimes making ourselves crazy, you know, doing that. So
I think the other piece that really strikes me about it is like around the stories, around the judgment is it's really easy to freeze and not take action and not move forward. The more judgment we have, the less compassion. And when I think about the word compassion, because sometimes for me, I need to like do a little twist on a phrase to help me really feel it and like have it land and be like, oh, that changes my feeling in this moment. This changes how I'm thinking about myself, how I'm thinking about somebody else, and how I'm allowing that to let me like freeze, take action, not take action, procrastinate, avoid, feel anxiety, right? When I think of compassion, the thing that actually helps me, and I've said it before in the show, is thinking about this idea of having a generosity of spirit and a generosity mindset, not about necessarily giving in terms of generosity, but just being like, there's a lot of space for me to not assume that people have positive intentions, but assume that people are doing the best that they can. For me, there's a big difference there. I actually think that it's somewhat limiting to assume that people have good intentions. I think that that's sort of bypassing in a way. It doesn't feel helpful for me. If it feels helpful for you, please be my guest. But for me, around this Kuan Yin and compassion and health, you need to just like take it easy on yourself a little bit. Have some kindness, which doesn't mean stop and don't take action. It means you're going to have an easier time taking action from a place of kindness towards yourself and other people around what you need to do for your health.
Awesome.
Cool.
Hi, Dwayne. Hi, Morena Relations, all the relations that are watching us. Thank you so much, Kyoto Relations in New Zealand. If you're watching from New Zealand,
countdown begins.
Again, if you're interested in having us come to your country, to your neck of the woods, as you can say, write to us, right? Write to us. We'll come, we'll do workshops, we'll do an Ice Cream Sunday Live in your house if you want. It's very fun, right?
Dude, I'm into it.
Yeah. So
we're going to have to do that while we're in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, we're going to have to. So we do more than just this. We both have our own practices, and we sometimes work together and sometimes apart. So we have a lot to share, a lot to give. Awesome. Okay, so Diana, here you are. I would like to extend a formal invite to come to Wine Valley. Okay. Oh, okay.
Where's that?
Cool. Diana, I will, that's not far away. I'll private message you and let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because I don't think we've ever actually put that out there here. We would love to come offer what we have to offer where you live, to see what you do where you live, to like we are all about connecting across boundaries, across, you know, county boundaries, state boundaries, country boundaries, or across like even without boundaries, just like, hey, we want to come meet you.
I need to reach my United status every year. So
yes, girl.
So I need to travel. So I need to travel.
Otherwise, we're gonna end up with more cats because she's gonna fly across the country and pick up more cats.
I know. Haley Nestor, yes, we'll put you on the list again. Everything is in order of people who ask. That's just kind of how we do it. That's how we've been doing it. Maybe one day we'll change, but we're going to stick to it. So we're going to do Diana next, her chakra clearing for her solar plexus.
Let's do another.
Yeah. Okay. Can you bring that?
Yes.
Ducky, how are you? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Thank you for loving. Today, instead of using, there's different kinds of smudge out there. It's really fascinating how smudge is becoming really popular which is great, right? It's great when we can share spiritual practices. But really the key is intention. I've spoken to, we grow our own sage here. We harvest a lot of our own things as well. In a pinch, of course, we buy stuff. But I just want to be intentional about what you're buying out there and what you're doing. And Palo Santo is now on the endangered list because so many people are using Palo Santo white sage last year. And so let's just be conscious of what we're using and how we're using it. Make sure that we're actually developing a relationship to it. White sage has a very different energy than what I'm burning. I'm burning cedar right now. Cedar is a type of...
Is that cedar or is it? It smells almost like juniper. It might be... oh no, maybe it is cedar.
Cedar, so cedar and pine, the energy of cedar and pine is about growth. It's about growing in a very different way. Pine is more kind of a long linear growth. Cedar is kind of it's like for marathons, right? It's about expansion in a very long way. So get to know your medicines, get to know how they come from, get to know their vibration before just using things and buying things because, hey, that's what everyone's doing. So, and everyone has to start somewhere. So ask. I'm going to come out soon with a little booklet on medicine and some more Native American practices that I do so that you guys can be informed. So, okay, let's do this. Diana, chakra clearing, solar plexus, financial intuition.
Oh, Diana, I've been doing some meditations to strengthen my solar plexus for the past few days. So I think I've been preparing for this moment without realizing it.
Well, there you go. The first thing that I got for you, Diana, is orange sorbet.
I got limoncello.
Well, there you go. So very kind of high lifting, high vibration, high acid, right? Acid. I was telling Rose the other day, I've been in the food business for a long time. And so a lot of my friends are foodies, right? Whether they're front of the house or back of the house or things like that. And so a friend of mine was telling me how if you take espresso, right? Espresso, and actually squirt lemon juice into it, not just the rind, which is just a little bit, that the acids meet and it's like rocket fuel, right? So I love that these really high tone, high vibration acids are coming in to lift. And what they're lifting is they're lifting the birthing of your ideas, right? Let's start in your second chakra, to how you manifest them out into the world and connecting them really to your throat and your heart, right? So this is kind of the highway right here that's being unblocked because we have to speak things into existence, when you have a sore throat, lemon, great thing to be able to use, So the high tones, the high lift of orange sorbet and lemon, did you say limoncello?
Yeah.
Limoncello. That's fun. That's adult fun right there,
I'll tell you more about that in a second.
But for mine also, there's a little portion of, anytime orange sorbet comes up, I'm reminded of my brother when he was little. And my brother when he was little was this big dreamer. He had this child with a massive head, right? And massive, he's grown into it, and I love him to death. But he was a big dreamer. He always had his, and when he was young. And so this energy of dreaming always comes in for me when orange sorbet comes in. Is this like this kid, like with his head literally stuck in the clouds, you know, because he's tall and big, you know, and big head. Fill that. So can you fill your intuition with dreams, right? This is a time for dreams. This is the time for really setting intentions. This is the time to be really wary of your words. I mean, I was saying some crap earlier today, and I was just like, no, universe, that's not what I want. It's the opposite, just letting you know. But be mindful of that, because this is really, really, really the time to stretch, right? We're about to enter into the equinox, right? The fall equinox. So many, there's the pressure of summer, you know, the sun, the time of fire, the time of snake and transformation in the Hopi tradition and a lot of Native American traditions. A lot of people expect to harvest. That's a time for fire. You don't harvest in fire. You harvest in the fall. Fall is coming. It's literally on the 23rd, right? A couple days away. Tomorrow, it's tomorrow. The time of harvest starts tomorrow. So tomorrow, everything that you've been dreaming, everything that you've been planting, your words, your actions, your deeds, your intentions, the harvest starts tomorrow. Not today. Today is the last day that you like focus in on what you want to create. Tomorrow we harvest.
Don't fear the reaper.
There you go.
So I got limoncello, and for me, there's a couple things about this. I'm going to be brief because we've been chatting for a little bit with you already, but I recently was able to try 2 different varieties of homemade limoncello by my friend Lucia, who makes her own limoncello. And one is a Sicilian variety. And the way you make Sicilian limoncello is very different. The lemons never actually are submerged in the alcohol. They hang above it, and the alcohol just seeps the flavor out of them over about a month. And that limoncello is so light and flowery and lemony, but not the like astringent lemony. And for me, the energy that's coming through for you, particularly if we're talking about, what was it, business, finance, is following your pleasure and your joy and your excitement. And maybe it's not going to be a straight road where immediately, as soon as you follow your joy, money is just going to start rolling in, you know? Oh, I went on Facebook, and 5 minutes later, after I shared this amazing post, I had a $20,000 client. Okay, it may not happen exactly like that, but that is the path for you. That's the path that's going to pay off for you. I have these friends who are jewelry makers who have been making beautiful jewelry, but they actually started doing stuff that was more like fun and exciting to them. And their response to their new work has been really, really positive, like overwhelmingly positive. And I see that over and over with people's businesses, where it's like the finance at a certain point starts to follow the thing that brings them the most excitement and joy. And so for me, this energy that's coming through for you, for your solar plexus, is that limoncello. It's the following the pleasure, following the joy, following the excitement, because people are attracted to that, because what they are seeing is, I want to feel like you. And when you're selling it really hard, but you're not really embodying what is exciting, what is joyful, what delights you, right? It's going to be a lot harder sell. You're going to have to work a lot harder at it. And so that's why there is, in my opinion, that's part of the reason that there is so much power in following that. So while Marita was talking, I was just bringing that lightness in, that flowery, bright, lemony, but again, not super astringent, more just like that, like so good. And it's like a lemon flower almost. All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you. We're going to leave it there.
Thank you so much.
We would love to be in touch with you. We'll reach out to you, or you can reach out to us, either one of us.
Yeah. Awesome.
We're down.
Okay. Tracy Dobbs, who's on now, disconnecting on, your daughter's Edith's phone, because yours run out.
Oh.
So we're going to do a quick love reading, and then we're going to do 2 quick chakra clearings. Love reading.
That's one of my favorites.
There you
go.
Oh. Look at what I just picked up. Undying love. Oh my God. It's amazing.
Isolt.
Isn't there's I believe an opera with Isolt, right? It's very famous. Like, if I remember correctly, and someone Google this, please. I believe there's an opera with Isolde, and there's this long near the end, like huge, like let's look this up as she's
oh wait, Vietnamese lemongrass tofu. That might be important.
Yeah. Because it was part of my my college schooling in a class. I just want to make sure. Tristan and it's Isolde.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's not Isolde.
Okay, so it's Isolde, which is whatever.
Totally.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
So it's Isolde, not Isolde.
Goodness,
but
I knew that.
But
I was like, but I thought it was something else.
Yeah. So this is about unconditional, undying love, which the opera Tristan and Isolde is about. This love that passes through, through death. This is really talking, and this is why I feel like these two are connected. It says the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So you're asking for a relationship love card, and this is talking about where you're at and who your guide is right now. And it's about really the ability for love to exist beyond to exist beyond the stories that we've created about it, right? Whether you're looking for new love or mourning one of the past, this is about saying, hey, there are new steps, there are new ways. Love transforms. It's the most powerful vibration in the world, right? There's two strong vibrations that everything comes out of: fear and love. Love, undying love, completely transforms us, and it keeps opening our lives, our world, our eyes to new possibilities. So this is talking really about, hey, love never ends, right? It just goes through stages, including grief, right? Including separation. One of the most important things that I always talk about is self-love, radical self-love. And whenever we're looking out there for a new partner, a love partner, or anything like that, or a friendship, you have to be strong in your self-love. Because if you're going out there looking for someone to love you, to mirror back to you that love, you're asking them to do something that in the end will be impossible, because it will never be enough unless you love yourself.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is part of what this is talking about is really healing too, and moving on from a past love or some kind of loss, and how you heal, and it doesn't mean when we heal, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to, it's not like that love never existed, right? It's not like we are throwing away the person because we're moving on with our lives. So this card is really telling you, like, it's time to move on. It's time to heal, move forward. Whatever you had, it was real and it mattered. And, the meaning that it has for you matters. But that doesn't need to stop you from continuing forward. And I love something that it says in this card, which for me is a very deeply been true at every breakup, every moving on point that I've had in my life, is go out in nature and spend time in nature and heal and move forward through that, because it's going to be really effective. It's going to help you. It's going to help you like get back on your feet and be able to go back out there and be like, I'm going to put myself out here in the world again. There's something else coming. There's something else out there for me. I would spend every weekend for a while after my last breakup years ago. Every weekend I would go out on like 50-mile bike rides. I would go out on hikes. I would just go work out outside. And that would be my weekend. I was super
best friend this year.
Oh, see? Yeah. Shit, So that love that you had, it doesn't go away. It's not going to go away. That now exists in the universe. It will never disappear, right? That energy exists. You have created an energy between you that has changed the universe, in some small way, right? In some big way, right? Love is there. So, it's okay to go back out and reconnect to life and to people and really be here, even though you had that great loss. And if you need more time to heal definitely going outside, going on hikes, doing things, whatever is available to you in terms of location and, you know, health and everything. It's going to be really helpful. So let's leave it at that.
There you go. There you go.
Disconnecting.
Cool. So roll call here. I've been calling for Virginia Hollingsworth and Dan Geis for chakra clearings, and I don't think they're present.
What?
I know. I think Dan. Maybe one of his puppies got like started like getting into it, or his new cute little kittens.
Speaking of which, are our cats okay?
I know. I was totally thinking about that. I don't know. I hope they're not done. Oh, Dan's here! Yay, Dan! I'm sure Ducky, you were like text messaging him like, where are you? Chakra clearing's coming up next. Awesome. Here we go. So Dan, here we go. Thank you so much. Dan, also an amazing reader. Go check him out on his personal page, or also Engel Geist. He does daily card readings. He has a great YouTube channel. Dan, if you want, okay, Virginia, we'll do you next.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, Dan, if you want to put a link to your thing, please do that in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. We're here to support each other, readers, spiritual people, and the like. So let's do Dan, and then we'll do Virginia. But yeah, he's hilarious.
I personally like comedy with my card readings, or, you know, any type of spiritual work, because sometimes, like, it doesn't have to be all the time, but I love comedy. I love humor, because
laughter is a powerful medicine.
Fuck, shit is serious all the time. Let's just, I mean, we can't take it so seriously. We're reading little pieces of paper and like intuiting numbers from the universe. Let's just laugh about it sometimes, for God's sake.
Okay, so we're gonna do Dan, and then we'll do Virginia. Dan's like, Ducky, can you link that? Okay, here we go.
I think you're about to do a little hat dance.
No, I was just clearing space.
I saw you dancing.
Okay. Now I have hazelnuts in my head because castanets.
Oh, what? Mine are not made out of hazelnut.
No, I know. Okay, so the thing that I'm coming in now, actually, Dan, is for your third eye. And I'm getting this, it's kind of funny. It's like this blueberry burst taste, but it's like, you know, when they make that color blue, that's not real blueberries. It's like this electric blue, kind of
like blue raspberry.
Yeah, blue raspberry kind of blue flavor. That's what's coming into your third eye. And that really is about opening your intuition. You've been on fire lately. And this is support coming in from, I mean, I'm getting Andromeda, you know, I'm getting different systems out there, different energies that are trying to connect to you, to raise your vibration, to get you out there, right? Get you out there, get you out like Beyonce out there with your card readings and in your life and stuff like that. So there's a lot of support coming through. And what they're kind of saying is,
you only need one Kardashian.
You only need one Kardashian. No, but what they're saying, it's something. It's almost like Cool Hand Luke. For someone, it's like you can cool your jets. Like it's okay. Like you've been working at this for years. You've been building at it for years, slow and slow and slow. And of course, 50 minutes of fame is usually 50 years of a lifetime of building something. Make sure that you continue to bring your joy to it. Continue to. You know, I love it when you're doing your readings and then you surprise yourself, and Spirit's kind of saying like, that's fun and exciting, but there's so much more, and there's so much more opening, and you're on it. You're on your vibration. You're in the life that you're supposed to be living. You're in tune. You're living where you're supposed to be living. And the challenges that you face, make sure that you're facing it in this new blueberry, raspberry, electric blue vibration of love, of unconditional love and self-forgiveness, right? So many times we get blocked because we haven't forgiven parts of ourselves, and we look at our lives of like, what did I do wrong? What are my failures? What are my mistakes? Instead of saying, hey, I'm a human being. It's not going to be perfect, right? We're not supposed to be perfect. So how can I learn from these instances where maybe it didn't work out how I wanted it to, or it went against a societal norm that I didn't know, and then I got feedback that way? Honey, be your true blue, raspberry, electric, hilarious self. Spirit is here to support you, and there's a lot coming in. There's going to be a lot more. You think you're bringing it down now, brother, sister, girlfriend? More is on its way. choo choo Beyonce. Boom.
Let's just add a couple more words to the end of that.
I say,
what is it?
I was
Drop
thinking
banana splat.
Yeah, drop banana splat. Yeah.
Was there something else you wanted to just add?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. I got an interesting flavor for you, Dan. I got horchata.
Ooh, horchata.
Yeah, which is very interesting. I think particularly since you have moved now.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's this part of the reason this flavor is coming through for you is just about. Well, there's a few things. First of all, why the flavor came through, and then like a little doorway opened and the spirit was like, by the way, tell them this and this and this. Anyway, I feel like that happens a lot. So the horchata came through because there's something about the experience that you had living where you were living that I don't know if it's already happened for you, but there's going to be a time soon where in addition to the piece you're feeling about doing the move that you needed to do and feeling like everything is lining up perfectly, there's going to be some additional piece coming around the gifts that came from that experience. Yeah. You know, there's sometimes like, there's experiences where, to simplify it, there's like grass is greener experiences, right? And then we move and then we're like, oh, it is actually greener. It is actually technically greener, but there was something about that was a real gift. Mm-hmm. There was a sweetness, and this horchata is coming through for you because of that. I think it's actually for your second chakra. The other thing I wanted to tell you,
and horchata, many times they put cinnamon on top.
It's God, it sounds really good. That's not something I've learned how to make. I got to learn how to make that. Something else that's coming through for you that was not specifically related to the flavor, but I think you really need to hear is that is a shift, is the isolation needs to stop. I don't know if this rings true for you, so let me know if it doesn't, but I really get this sense that you need to be out more in community and connection with people in real life, IRL, right? Beyond your family, connecting to bigger community in person. You know, there's something really special about that. When I went and did in-person readings the other day for the fundraiser that I was at, there's just something about it. You know, it's different. It really is. That you can have connection over Zoom, over Facebook Live, over all these like digital means that is real, and there is still something different about being in person with somebody.
Yeah, people can feel your vibration and your energy in a very different way, because this is like, you know, this is all electric, you know,
like you can also feel and receive different things from people, and I think this is a moment for you that you get to receive the gifts of being in community. That's like, it's time for you to get that, because maybe there hasn't been enough of that for a little while.
Come see us.
Yeah, you can come visit us. Yeah, you're back in the States.
I want to say one funny last thing.
That's it from my side.
One funny last thing. When I was
talking for like 5 centuries. What? I just want to throw it back at you, because you usually are the one judging me about talking.
So, Dan, I'm going to say one thing. It's almost like one of the things, I know we've talked Beyonce and all these things, but it was almost like you have to almost ensure your asset, your third eye, like Jennifer Lopez ensured her assets. So I'm just telling you, I thought it was really funny, and Spirit was like giggling and just being like, you got to tell him. So I thought you would enjoy that. But yes, protect yourself, ensure your assets. But that means that means you can feel safe, right? You can feel safe out there in the world. You're protected. You're protected, and you're divine, and we love you. So anytime you want to come out to California, let us know. Okay. Reset. Cool. Okay, we're gonna do
thanks, Dan.
Chakra clearing for Virginia, and then we're gonna wrap it up. If you're the first time that you got here, we started a list. We start at 3. We check it twice. Must be present to win. We do 2 things: chakra clearings and chakra clearings with ice cream flavors, and 1 card readings. You have to give us permission. I'm Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. This is
My name is Rose with Love
My name is
by Design.
is-
I don't think I actually
my name
introduced
is-
myself at the beginning today.
My name is, you did. We do have a group. You can
I
join
did.
our group, Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. We do have a YouTube. I've been having trouble uploading our things. Be patient with me. But here we go. Let's do our clearing.
We could write a whole song about rural satellite internet.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the country every day.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Okay, Virginia, here you go.
Watch out, I'm going to bring my southern boy.
I know.
Mm.
Oh, no, don't do that. I'll get out.
Jebediah.
No, stop. Okay, Virginia, here's the flavor that I'm getting for you.
We might have to close with that.
I'm getting strawberry. Really strong strawberry flavor. And it's actually to connect two chakras. Connect to your third eye and your throat chakra. And one of the things that I love strawberries, other than they're kind of in the shape of a heart, but it's the seeds. And I talk a lot about seeds, depending, again, if you're in the time of almost harvest or in the time of spring of planting your seeds. The fact that it's literally wearing its seeds on its skin. It's wearing its potential. It's wearing its opportunity to germinate. It's wearing its opportunity to be on its skin.
Holla!
Right? Not inside. It's not protected. It's wearing its potential on its skin. That's powerful. So this is to bring in the potential from your third eye and connect it to your voice, how we speak truth, how we speak the word into existence.
Did you know strawberries are considered the king of berries?
Hey.
Because, they're amazing. Because they're so generous. Because they are some of the first berries to get ready during the year. And they last for a really long time. And yeah, they're magical. They're considered the king of berries among some traditions in the United States. Native traditions.
Mm-hmm.
I got black raspberry for you. And I'm getting more the hey vibe, This is more like the sexy vibe. This is for your heart, actually. This energy of black raspberry is to open your heart back up to the experience of what it is to have play in your relationships, in your engagements in the world, in your sexuality, in your connection to that. And it can be very scary to have that piece of us awake and alive, to be seen, to be in the vulnerability of being seen and noticed, and not being I have the vibe on that tells you to get the F away from me so I can walk down a dark street at night and not be F'd with.
There you
F
go.
that is what I say. F that. So
Fudge.
Black raspberry.
Yeah,
this is
baby.
a really sexy flavor. This is swirling. This is delicious. Black raspberries, what that I've had, they're usually actually not quite as tart as red raspberries. They're a little bit milder, but they have that beautiful dark, purple black color. Not like a blackberry. They're still very soft and matte. On the outside, they look more like silk, right? Not shiny like blackberries. So just allow that flavor. Just imagine it like a little swirl down into your heart. And just imagine it's like it's in a little evening gown, remember all those ice cream and chocolate commercials where there was, it was kind of like a woman wearing a sexy gown and eating some kind of Magnum bar or whatever. This is like that. This is for your heart, but it's to reintroduce you to how to play and be sexy and not be too scared about it, not be too withholding and protecting, and that you can't do that because you're going to get hurt or somebody is going to get hurt or whatever it is, right? It's just to reconnect the part of the power that you have, the energy that you have through that. That's all I got for you. Black raspberry, baby. Cool.
It's cracking me up.
I don't know.
Oh
I don't know, Dan. That's a great question. I think you and our friend Andy could probably have
my God,
crazy old movie knowledge music reference competition.
You would love Andy. Andy's amazing.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now is the time.
He'd be like, didn't Tina Turner play this in the
Amsterdam?
Yeah,
in
underground Berlin show that she did? And he would be like, actually, it was in 1987. And he'd be like, oh, snap. And then he'd be like, oh, girl. And I was like, I'd just be like, all of that. I don't know any of this. I know nothing. Who's Tina Turner? Let's move on.
Okay, here we go. We're closing it up, wrapping it up. Thank you for everyone who's joined us.
We're going to do a card and clearing for the group.
Yes, as she's just saying, as I was about to say. But this is the opportunity that we open the circle up for everyone in the comments. Write in the comments. This has been really powerful lately. What are you going to let go? What are you bringing into your life? Rose and I have usually been sharing a lot. I am working, and I probably talked about this last week, or I don't know, I've been talking about it a lot lately, the idea of surrender. But the idea of surrender doesn't mean you give up your free will, right? So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm bringing into my life. I'm surrendering that which does not serve me, which can be old patterns, old ideas, old creations, what people believe I am supposed to be or who I'm supposed to be. And I'm claiming back my power. Watch out. You thought I was powerful now?
When this girl cuts cords, man, kingdoms fall. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's coming. Watch out. So, yes, I get to the point and then I'm like, shoom.
The time of the black unicorn is rising.
Exactly.
El chosen one.
El chosen one. I'm going to get a shirt. Someone called me El chosen one the other day. So I'm literally going to make a path of each El chosen t-shirts, and I'm going to sell them. I'm going to definitely wear them.
Do you want an El chosen one or just El chosen?
I don't know.
With just the path of each symbol, I think.
Ooh, maybe. We're workshopping it out.
Yeah.
But here,
I'm a graphic designer, so like.
She's a designer.
I say this all the time.
She's just so you don't know. If you didn't know,
maybe it's because I'm a designer.
Yeah. I think that way.
I like to think about things with like that whole design thinking thing, you know.
And I always look at her and I'm like,
what am I, chopped liver?
I'm like, I did do two degrees in
and I'm like, you had to paste paper on paper.
Oh my God.
I did research.
So did I. Here we go. Here we go.
Wait.
Here we go. Awesome. Bringing in peace, clearing health and happiness. The blue
no more sickness.
Blunicorn. No more sickness.
The blunicorn. That sounds really strange. The blunicorn.
Happiness, let go of hate and anger. What are you letting go or bringing in?
I am letting go of clients that are not meant for me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it go. But I am calling in the confidence and the groundedness and the sort of like letting go that will allow me to walk through people in the conversations where they're like, I'm not sure, I'm interested, but what does this mean? What are we going to do? Where they're not sure about the decision. Mm-hmm. To be able to really support people through that conversation in a way that feels good for them. Not where they feel pushed and sold to, but where they feel like, okay, cool, you're just helping me get clear on whether this is a yes or a no.
Yeah. I'm calling in Oprah and Beyonce to work with the path of each. I know.
I mean, I'm calling in Hell of Money too, because let's face it, kids.
Money is amazing energy to be able to work with, to share, to grow. So here we go.
It's just money,
Card and clearing. Here we go.
Nobody got time to carry gold bullion around in their bag all the time.
Dan, letting go of fear and bringing in love. Shake your chakras. That's another good. Should be ice cream.
Shake your chakras.
Shake your chakras.
The chakra shack.
The
chakra shake shack.
The chakra shake shack.
That could be a real place. We could create that.
We could create that.
The chakra shake shack. Would you buy? Like a shake from the chakra shake shack? I definitely would.
I know. Well, our Rosie Pops are also chakra
pops. As Dan
pops.
said, that they could have like design that looks like the ice cream pastel Ralph Lauren all over them. That would be good, like, look for the Chakra Shake Shack.
There you go. Thinking. Chakra Shake Shack coming to you, and Rosie Pops, also Chakra Pops. Here we go.
I am calling in clients because I like working with people. It's so satisfying. God, the readings that I did when I did them live the other day, people were just like, they were like, oh my God, it's so true. Oh my God. Yes, I'm on the right path. Like, it was just so validating for people. So just saying, it's kind of amazing to work with me one-on-one. I'm calling in more of that.
Here's a card for the group while I start doing.
Don't be humble,
So while I start doing the clearing in the background.
Bast, baby. Woo! Cat lady. Bast. All right. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. This is about independence. Oh, God. You know, when I think about this card, I think that part of it is it's not just about independence in terms of being alone, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of independence. It's more like sovereignty, right? What is this word? I see people share it a lot, sovereignty, and I love it because for me it means we are authors of our own experience. We are sovereign beings, right? To some degree, we are not all separate. That's sort of an illusion, but we're living in this illusion. Here I am walking around in this body, even if it's all created in my own mind. I'm a sovereign being. What are the ways, we were talking about this, that we are constantly giving away power to other people, making a story up in our minds about how we're doing a favor to them, and then acting from that story, right?
When it's really Candyland.
What is really I'm confused now.
That story doesn't really exist.
Oh, I thought this was one of those things like we were talking about the other day where you were like, well, what is it about fortune cookies?
You still have to buy a meal to get your fortune.
No, what was the phrase that you said?
That was funny. I don't remember.
Well, you can't get a fortune cookie without buying the meal, or you still have to buy a meal to get a fortune cookie or something. And I was like, what? And she's like, exactly. Throw them off. Throw them off. I thought that's what the Candyland thing was about.
It was kind of like that. You know, I was thinking of Candyland and getting stuck in like the thing of whatever that you can get stuck in.
So how are you giving away your power? Let's think about it. People.
Yeah.
To come up with one example over the past 24 hours in which you have given away your power.
Yeah.
Over your experience, right?
Go back and claim it.
You can't control other people's experiences. Oh no. And in fact, sometimes I think my experience, and I've witnessed this, is there are positive assumptions that we make to try to feel like we have a sense of connection and control when really we don't. So what is one time over the past 24 hours that you gave away some of your power to somebody else? I can think of many examples already in my own life. And what would you do differently if it happened tomorrow? It could be one word. It could be one tiny degree of shift inside. 1 degree, right? I love this when we talk about a 1 degree shift or a 2 degree shift, right? If you start on one side of the Pacific Ocean, aimed in a direction, and then, but instead you turn your boat 1 to 2 degrees to the right, you're going to end up in a really different place. So sometimes, right, those small changes are really important.
That was nice.
Oh, good. That's courtesy of my gay boy business coaches.
There you go.
So amazing. So,
See?
Almost. This is just a reminder. I don't even know why I'm putting the card up. It's so hard to see. Can't read the words. But there's Bast. Look at her. She's powerful. She's a cat lady. She's not a dog person.
Cats. I hope our cats are okay.
She's independent. Independent means what you said earlier. You know yourself. People are not always going to like it. They are not. And sometimes it's hard to separate out. What are the moments where people are not liking me just being my true self? And what are the moments when I do need to take on and really consider the feedback that I'm being given? This is encouraging you. Be yourself, honey. Shine bright like a diamond. Beyonce, if you're listening, I want you to know.
We love you.
I'll give you a reading for half price. Not. Okay, your turn.
I should have an altar to Beyonce. By the way,
God,
I talk about Beyonce a lot.
You have an altar in your mind to Beyonce.
I do. It's like all gold and glitter.
And Oprah. Anyway. Those are probably the two.
Yeah, those are the two. Those are my two. They're my power animals. My guides. So anyways, So what came in through is pumpkin, which is hilarious because we're about to be in pumpkin season,
Pumpkin
right?
spice
Everywhere,
pumpkin!
I know, and there's this really funny thing is if you say pumpkin spice, there'll be a white girl in yoga pants with pumpkin spice latte appears all of a sudden. So it's really funny that pumpkin came in. And Uggs, because I actually hate the whole pumpkin spice thing. But pumpkin is amazing, right? I love pumpkin. Pumpkin cleans your liver. Where do you keep your anger? Liver.
Oh crap.
Yeah, anger is in your liver.
So much.
Yeah, it's good for you as antioxidants. It has it's great for your immune system. It protects your eyesight, lowers your risks of certain cancers, and promotes. And I'm reading this from Health Benefits.
I'm basically just dressed like a pumpkin today.
You are. So it's for your second chakra, right? Your second chakra recipe. What's behind your second chakra? Your kidneys. Also another way to. What? Yes, kidneys. Boom, boom, boom. But also it's around your liverish area, big area.
I was like, I think my kidneys are higher than my second chakra.
Okay, maybe
we should check a chart.
We should probably check them. Yeah, Lululemon. Anyways, what's coming in here what's coming in here is the clearing of that anger, letting go of anger. And what is anger? Unmet expectations, right? And what are expectations? Stories that we've created in our head or stories that we've allowed ourselves to carry from other people. Can we let go of the expectations, of the ideas of not meeting them, of the ideas of failure that we have? That is anger, unmet expectations and definitions of who we are. That's where we get.
If I don't want to let go of expectations.
But so that's to clean your second chakra. Where's also,
we don't have time for that right now.
Where's also where is your place of dreams, right? This is where you're starting to really connect to your creative energy, your sexual energy. So let's harvest new seeds. Let's plant new seeds. If you're in the other hemisphere, where a lot of people in New Zealand and Australia watching it, you're hitting spring. And for us over here, in Sweaterland almost.
Sweaterland.
Let us bring in the pumpkin. Let's bring in that energy of pumpkin, the energy of release, of anger, of expectations, of old stories. And let's really reap and harvest something new, right? This is the thing. We can only create in the vibration that we know, right? So if you feel like you're going insane, because the same thing happens over and over to a certain degree in your different relationships, it's because you're creating from the only thing that you know. So you have to let go of what you know so you can learn a new way. You won't know the new way until you let go of the old, right? And get help. Ask for help. There's people like Rose, like myself, like Dan out there who can teach you about the new way, who can be your guides in the new way, right? And we're funny and hilarious. So there you go.
And extremely skilled. As it happens.
Exactly. So thank you for everyone who joined us. Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of IX, which is Ish. Go check out my page. Like my page. I'm almost up to 600 likes. So that would be amazing to get by the end of today's.
/ come like my page so I can pass her ass. And I will leave her in my dust. We can have a like race. My birthday's coming up. Just saying. Anyway, like both of our pages. We're going to be coming out with some amazing offerings. If you want to know about the awesome single card readings, double card readings, triple card readings, magical card readings, if you want to know about the offerings that we are going to do some specials very soon, join our group, Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth, because you're going to hear about them before the general public hears about them. And, just saying, you want to get on this train quick because we're about to be Oprah discovered. So... hey, don't laugh. It's true.
It's true. We love all of you. Thank you so much for everyone who shared. Thank you for everyone who took the time to spend time with us today. Come back next Sunday. Join our group. We post interesting chakra things. And we have a friend, Molly Mandelberg, who just came up with some oracle cards. I'm coming out with some great just daily meditation cards, like daily subjects. Inspiration cards are 50 inspirational cards with my logo, of course, and 50 most inspirational things that we have said, Path of Ish have said for the last year, or a little bit beyond that. So come join that. Buy that. It's cheap, super cheap. Holidays are coming up, Just letting you know.
Hey. My oracle cards are still in the making, but they're gonna
oracle cards take a longer than what I just did. So thanks everyone who joined. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring.
And we will see you next time.
Remember to live your life
to the sweetest.
Mahalo, ciao.
Bye.